If you are into long walks on the beach or wherever, endless hours hiding in bushes watching people, and if you have a masochistic streak where you want to be disliked by almost everyone, then perhaps the spotter and sniper roles are for you, aka the Recon team. Greetings all and welcome to my next iteration of role videos for Hell Let Loose. For those who like the gaming immersion, then Recon is one of the more interesting options. With the sniper role you'll find a lineup of people wanting to play it, mainly because they think it's the best role, and gaming is all about kill-death ratio, right? Importantly, in Hell Let Loose, the spotter and to a lesser extent the sniper really need to be more focused on contributing to the team, as their actions or lack thereof can really change the course of a battle. In World War II, Recon was an embedded and integral part of the warfighter's life, and success on the battlefield often meant minimising casualties by understanding and avoiding specific enemy threats through Recon. For example, flanking an identified machine gun nest to neutralise it. German, US, UK, and to a slightly lesser extent other Allied and Axis nations, generally relied on a wide range of reconnaissance assets, starting with aircraft and mechanised options, but drilling right down to effective soldier-level recon. The Allies, in particular, focused heavily on motorised or mechanised recon, especially considering the vast depth in industrial production availability of such assets. The Japanese, by comparison, relied more widely on non-vehicle recon. Their industry base was just smaller, and as such they were often seen to be masters of soldier-level recon. Japanese scouts were known to routinely harass enemy positions by sporadic fire or noise-making, to trick the defensive position into shooting and therefore expose their location. They were also known to demonstrate supreme dedication by crawling over vast distances, sometimes kilometres, through the jungle to infiltrate enemy positions and to observe and or prepare ambushes. And for anyone who has ever leopard crawled, you'll appreciate the tenacity here. No matter whether it be Shank's pony, on foot, or vehicle-based, Recon was and still is critical to any military success. In Hell Let Loose, this principle applies, albeit with fewer options. You go in on foot, or you can grab vehicles in an armour squad such as a Puma, an M8 Greyhound or a BA-10. In this video we will be looking at the walking version, the Recon Squad. Here's the equipment for spotter and sniper across the three armies. For the Axis forces, your spotter receives an MP40 with 8 magazines, 2 M43 Stellhandgranaten, which are explosive grenades, an AP mine, 2 bandages, a watch, a binos and a Feldspaten or field shovel. At rank 3 you receive a K98K with 10 mags, your grenades change to NB39 Nebelhandgranaten, which is smoke, and you lose the AP mine but you gain an ammo box to put down. Your sniper in the Axis forces receives a K98K with 19 magazines, a Volta P38, 2 explosive grenades, 2 bandages and a spade. At rank 3, which I haven't unlocked yet, because I don't play this much, you will receive an FG42 with 12 magazines, your grenades turn into smoke, and now you have an AP mine to play with. For the Soviet forces, your spotter receives a PPSH-41 with 8 magazines, they're great fun to shoot, 2 RG42 grenades, an AP mine, 2 bandages, a watch, binos, and we will call a spade a spade. At rank 3 you switch weapons to the SVT-40 with 12 magazines, your grenades become 2 RDG2 smoke grenades, and you lose the AP mine and gain an ammo box. Your sniper, on the other hand, receives a Mosin Nagant 9130, if that's pronounced right, with 17 mags, a Nagant M1895 pistol, 2 explosive grenades, 2 bandages and a spade. Rank 3 sees you with a scoped SVT-40 and 12 mags, but you lose your grenades. For the Allied forces, your spotter receives an M1A1 Thompson with 6 magazines, 2 Mark II HE grenades, an AP mine, 2 bandages, a watch, binos and a knife, because to hell with spades. At rank 3 your weapon changes to the M1 carbine with 12 magazines, your grenades switch to the M18 smoke grenades and you lose the AP mine and gain an ammo box. Your sniper receives an M1903 Springfield with 17 mags, a Colt M1911 pistol, 2 explosive grenades, 2 bandages and a knife, and rank 3 has the same rifle but you now have smoke grenades and an M2 AP mine. So what do we do with the Recon Squad? It does depend a little on whether you're working as a pair or playing a bit more solo. What I mean here is that sometimes the sniper and spotter work together and other times they go in separate directions. One point I'd like to make first though, selection of cover, concealment and general protection from both observation and enemy fire is up to you and your own skill set. This is regardless of what role you take. Let's talk about the sniper quickly. It is by far the easier of the two roles. The sniper needs to focus on a couple of well-known key concepts that are often poorly executed. The first one is if you stay in the same spot, eventually you will be found and shot or shoveled. Just like a machine gun, once the enemy hear you shoot, they know where you are and they're going to come and hunt you down and try and kill you. Secondly, try and hold an area rather than one specific piece of cover. And also try and pick cover or concealment that allows you to see enemy trying to flank you. This is of course very dependent on the terrain and the map type, and whether you're forward scouting or you're on point defence. Here I'm kind of looking to my right a little bit while I'm trying to engage forwards. Thirdly, if you do find a spot that is well protected and you plan on staying there, try and get someone to dump an ammo box there, like your spotter. You'll be pretty upset if you are getting a lot of kills and then you suddenly run out of ammo on that big kill streak. Fourth, learn how to shoot the rifle at distance and practice it. You'll hopefully be shooting at ranges of 200 meters or more, and missing shots isn't ideal. Yes, I miss every single shot here. Finally, you are an excellent set of eyes for what's going on. Make sure you communicate enemy movements where appropriate. Let's bring in the spotter now. Here is where you earn your pay and overtime. The role of the spotter, when performed well, is a game changer, but it is hard to master. You will likely spend a good portion of your match on your own, deep in enemy-held territory, and you'll die quite a bit. Your commander is going to ask you to do a bunch of things unless you are experienced enough to do them without prompting. Your team is definitely going to blame you when enemy artillery hit them, and you'll constantly be asked to go and deal with that arty because you have nothing better to do. You'll get yelled at in command chat if you don't return to defend a falling point because people don't actually check to see what your role is and they don't realise you're recon. And let's face it, when the team's failing and they're losing a point, it's always someone else's fault anyway, right? What is your actual job? Well, this may come as a surprise to some, but a Recon Squad's job is to recon. For hell let loose, that means you provide valuable intel to your team about the enemy's disposition and activities, and you support initiatives of your team. Your binos should be out quite a bit. Here's some examples of recon of the enemy. First one is enemy tank locations, movements, type of tanks, what direction they're heading in, what threat they are, what they're actually doing. The next one is enemy infantry surges, including possible garrison locations, enemy garrison locations or enemy node locations where their supplies are falling down. Generally you think something's going to get built there. That old chestnut of neutralising the enemy artillery. Scouting of enemy lines of advance to see if there's any activity. And everyone's favourite, elimination of enemy via fast moving lead. Yes, I shot artillery again. They were getting annoyed at me. This last one is subject to a caveat. Only shoot at the enemy if you're okay with them knowing you're in the area, because they will come and hunt you, or better still, shoot the buggers and then bolt. They're going to try and find you, they're going to try and find your OP, they're going to try and work out where you're coming from and stop you getting there. Some examples of supporting initiatives for your team. Well, the first one is garrison placement. You'll have to ask for supplies from the commander because you don't have any in your squad, but other squads should be using their own supply soldiers anyway. The next one is scouting ahead for airhead locations and protection of the airhead once it lands. You can see here I made some mistakes in not actually stripping the area of enemy before I put my outpost down, so that didn't work. And the next one is pre-positioning for a double cap, and that's where you're at the next point before you've capped the last point. You see here we've almost capped that one, and there, bam, we got the next one, and I'm already halfway up there already. Hopefully you're catching the enemy unprepared, and then you infiltrate to flank them and distract some of them so that your team can start to push from the other axis. In this example it actually worked well. Now for some examples of how to select like outpost locations, you see here I've put it up against the tree, and then the likely enemy advance is going to come through this little gap here, so I'll just pop the mine. Hopefully they won't see it against the tree there. Doesn't always work very well though. The next one is for like observation points and sniper points. So here in admin cam you can see like an old favourite for people is on those aircraft. It's a big wide view area. But I'd just like to point out this one here is a good example. So there's actually a cap point on our left, and you could sit a sniper here. The ground slopes downwards a little bit. You're on a little bit of a rise. This would be an excellent position to have a sniper covering a giant flank, and also people as they run along those hedgerows and things, and you can see our location in relation to that point. And here's an example of a good sniper position that actually was getting overrun. So it wasn't so good because this was actually an enemy line of advance, and I was a bit too isolated here. So I've had to pull out the pistol and engage at close range, and you're never really going to win those battles overall. Here's some hot tips. The first one, don't run with your binos. It's the same as running with a build item like a hammer in your hands. The enemy probably won't make this mistake and you'll be shot first. The next one is, don't put your OP down anywhere near a friendly garrison location, planned or actual. Put your OP somewhere random and away from the enemy lines of advance. I recommend about 200 meters or more between your OP and any friendly garrisons, so if one of them goes down you don't lose the other. And on OPs, don't shoot at targets anywhere near where you spawn in. Make sure you move away from where you spawn in 50 to 100 meters, and then you start engaging stuff, because a failure here will mean that they'll find your OP after they kill you. Build garrisons for the commander, please. Mark enemy items of interest like tanks, and mark them often. Your team, especially your tankers, really rely on this intel so that they know where the threats are coming from. So make sure you're marking things. And if you're in a recon squad, work together. Spotters, protect the flanks of your sniper and give him or her good target indications. On the flip side, if you're the sniper, then provide info to your spotter so he or she can use it to help the team out. Whilst snipers are a highly sought after role, we often see folks scrambling to get it, but then not understanding that Hell Let Loose is different, and that the role is more than what you see in other games. As for the spotter role, it is frequently selected by players helping their mates to get the sniper spot. So often we see a recon squad that is pretty ordinary, because the roles were selected for all of the wrong reasons. Pick spotter if you want a challenge and you want to make a difference to the match. I mean a real difference where your actions often can turn the course of a battle. Pick sniper to work with the spotter and be part of this challenge. You will find that your game immersion and enjoyment will be significantly higher if you look at these roles in the different light that I have presented here. As always, watch now for a correct demonstration on how to occasionally do the right thing in the spotter and sniper roles. I'll see you on the battlefield, and I'll look forward to you trying these roles and letting me know how you go. But with luck and good play, you won't see me when I'm in the role.
Or you can get it yourself. I'll keep an eye on it and try and cover
Which
you.
mark?
Alpha.
Yep. Oh, you're on it anyway, so you take.
Yeah, good stuff. Don't see anyone near you, you should be okay for it.
Garrison down, enemy garrison down.
Supplies there too.
Yeah, and I also killed the dude that was driving the truck.
Alright, I'm gonna
Good
call on the
stuff.
bombing run on those troops.
Bomb up that road.
No, I don't have a clear shot from here.
Real good marks.
I have the
up.
area around it, but not the point.
I saw other suppliers going Dropping east from point.
Yeah, Kermit, I just marked that roughly.
Sorry, mate. Disregard then.
No, it's worth calling.
Should I move up? This area's pretty clear now.
Wait.
Alright, bombing runs come down.
Just so you know, we don't have Gary on point. Could someone get that up?
There's a
Just got up.
an airhead or something just dropped.
Thank you. Sorry.
Bombing run, bombing run.
Oh.
Didn't get any garrisons.
Enemy outpost down. No, you've missed by a few meters. I just found their outpost.
Good job. Just saw someone running to you from that direction.
Roger.
Tried to get a shot off, but I don't think I got him. You got that, Noppers?
Danger close, Goku,
Yeah,
I'm
mate.
calling the strafing run.
I've told them.
I cleared out a whole squad of them.
Nice, bro.
Half track is getting a little hot. Got supplies come down on flooded house.
Light vehicle marker is enemy anti-tank gun.
On my observe marker, half track.
Found an AT gun, mate.
Enemy infantry there.
Recon plane is up.
Try to get more supplies on point.
Yeah, supply droppers coming in.
Did you guys get that airhead?
Yeah, that garrison is still accurate and marked.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it.
Infantry mark, accurate.
Your OP marks are there. Oh crap, I'm shot at.
They're pushing hard.
Sorry, your not your OP, your garrison mark. It's a bit further.
Alright, I needed the airheads gone.
Commander, you need to hit that.
Artie could even get it.
You need to hit that
It would be a
airplane
great target
up
for
to
us,
that
actually, if it's
garrison
close.
mark, or if we've got artillery, that garrison mark all the way to the airplane where it's marked as well.
How are the arty shots going? Do they need to go further out?
Eski, if you put Artie on Alpha's garrison mark, and between the
Gonna go
airplane
up
and
on
that
that plane
garrison
wing.
mark,
Not that one. Not that one.
Take my predecessor's spot.
I'll put the mark up again.
there's fuckloads of infantry there.
Nah, there's a. I'll give you an accurate mark of that garrison so you can destroy it.
Alright, calling in the bombing run.
I think you're gonna miss it, bro. You're just gonna respawn straight back there.
They're on the southern fence.
Enemy. Never mind.
Yeah, I got the garrison.
Good shit.
Nice.
Last one, man.
Excellent bombing run,
Careful
mate.
of that bombing run if you haven't already, if it hasn't already gone.
And I'll drop some more supplies on flood house just in case.
Enemy
Actually, a bit
OP.
behind just in case the garrison gets taken.
Enemy OP down.
Everyone take cover just in case they call on the bombing run.
Nah, it's all good, mate. It's all good. We got it. We got it.
I didn't worry about the strafe.
Just gonna reinforce with the swan. Punch on.
GG, gentlemen.
GG. That's my first time playing Commandos.
Did well, mate.
Nicely done.
Enemy outpost down.
Dude,